Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871 coming at you tonight with the latest update on the lane control saga. What we're looking at right now is the latest paperwork that the Superior Court Appellate Division has sent to me. Noted here are deficiencies or things that I haven't done correctly on the paperwork thus far. Here is basically the original packet that I made an attempt at filling out. I think some of you guys have seen some of this paperwork already. Those are those same cryptic, mysterious lines. So some of this stuff I understand. Some of this stuff I can understand, like the asset part. I understand that it's asking me how much money do I have, and what kind of things do I own. That's not terribly difficult. I'm piss poor, and I got a bike. That's pretty much it. Anyway, so I'm going to once again make an attempt to fill out this paperwork, and I will send it back. I don't even have money to mail it, so this, I believe it said that it was has to be in 15 days after it was mailed out. I think February the 2nd. February the 2nd is on that, so by the 17th. So luckily, I'll have my disability before the 17th, and I will hand deliver my paperwork once again to the Appellate Division. One of the biggest issues that I have in filling out this paperwork is the monumental, crippling depression that comes along with this. I am doing my absolute best to stymie that depression, because I understand that if my mind just comes apart on me, then it's absolutely no good. And as I said already, I will do my absolute best to fight, to fight and give my best fight. When my life is over, I don't want anybody saying that I didn't fight, which I'm going to touch on just here briefly. I know you guys don't really care for my plan of suicide. I understand that. It's why I do my best to not get too heavy in the vlog. Let's see. There was something that I wanted to talk about, and I'm doing my best to recollect. And I'm standing, so whenever I stand, I get it's very painful standing. All right, here, just hold on a moment here, will you? Okay, just collecting my thoughts. So I don't understand this paperwork. I fully understand. What I do understand is that the court clerks and the court personnel, they deal with these forms all day, every day. And for them, I can only assume that it is like second nature. This is not second nature to me. I'm struggling incredibly hard to understand what the question is, let alone what the answer should be. One of the things that I wanted to point out in today's episode, and I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm being facetious, but in court, people who speak a different language, they get interpreters. They get people to help them understand. I don't understand this paperwork, and there is nobody to help me understand. I am denied due process. I am denied a court-appointed attorney, even though I am being charged with the same laws that are on the roads for motor vehicle drivers. So motor vehicle drivers and cyclists are held accountable to the same laws of the road. However, only one are entitled to a court-appointed attorney at no expense should they prove indigent, such as I am. Although I am indigent, although I can prove that I am indigent, it is because of my vehicle. Because I am a cyclist, that I am discriminated against, and I am not allowed to have somebody that can help me understand and to proceed forward. You know, there was a made-for-TV movie. I'm going to see if I can say her name correctly. She's a wonderful actress. Absolutely wonderful. You don't really see her anymore. She's definitely fallen off the grid. Although, excuse me, I believe the last thing I saw her in was one of the latest seasons of American Horror Story. I'm going to see if I can say her name. Mare, is it Winningham or Cunningham? I'll look later. But she did a made-for-TV movie 30-some years ago. She played a very, what would clandestinely refer to today as poor white trash, basically. She played a very poor woman, South, and she accidentally signed away the rights to her children. Hold on a second. Sorry, floor cleaning machine. Alright. So yeah, and she accidentally signed away the rights to her children to the state, and basically the whole movie was like this big battle of her getting it back, and it turned out that she was illiterate and that she didn't know she didn't know what she was signing. Now, I fully understand that I am nowhere near illiterate. I even understand that I may have a larger vocabulary than some. But make no mistake about it, there is no amount of vocabulary that can help me understand this. Hey, I'm not out of touch with reality. I understand that I am a guy who may have maybe, you know, talking about the topic, it's very difficult. Your mind becomes like sludge, okay? And your mind becomes like sludge, and I really don't know how to, because you understand that the outcome and what the outcome is going to be, it's going to end with my death. I'm not an attorney. I don't even come close to being an attorney. Alright, I fully understand if things don't work the way they do on TV. I'm extremely perplexed with how Judge John Rosenberger can get away with his crime, the way he can just simply ignore what the law has to say. Anyway, hold on a moment here. Just want to do a little bit of thinking. Alright, we've got quite a few more subscribers. I'm obviously not going to go through a whole gigantic backstory right now. I understand that a lot of my subscribers hail from different demographics. I've got a few that are cyclists. I don't think the majority of my subscribers are cyclists. Very few of them. I know that probably the majority are trolls, and trolls that are most likely law enforcement. And then there are some who are the First Amendment auditors, you know, guys that like to go out and do First Amendment audits. For the record, while I think their work is very good, I think that is necessary. I definitely believe that it has to be communicated to law enforcement that there are persons who are out there who will keep tabs on authority. However, hold on. Sweeper machine going by. However, I am not a First Amendment auditor. It is not the function of this channel to go out and to seek out law enforcement and to challenge them. I have no interest in that. I just simply am a cyclist who advocates for cycling rights and cycling safety. The police want me to ride my bicycle in a fashion that will ultimately lead to my death. I understand there are many out there who may believe that I'm making too much of this, that there are cyclists out there, or if you want to call them cyclists, because they're actually, I call them people on bikes. They're not a proper cyclist by any means. They skulk along the edge of the road, in the gutter, intimidated out of their rights to the road. I'll talk about that for a little bit. What's happening, or what has happened, cycling has somewhere along the way, in the decades ago, cycling has slipped into this bizarre, unspoken, unwritten understanding with law enforcement. And that understanding would be, we police will not nitpick what the law has to say about you riding, which is why I seriously doubt Egg Harbor Township or any other police department in this area has ever written a cyclist a ticket for riding against the flow of traffic. I think there probably have been tickets written for failure to have a bicycle light at night. And then again, that ticket itself may or may not have been written. Why? Because ultimately the true goal or nature of the stop was to do a drug shakedown. In places like Pleasantville, high crime area, high drug infested area, the police utilize the youth, the urban youth on bicycles, not having lights. We'll use that as the initial cause for stopping them and searching them. You can put a whole pin in that argument about whether or not that's right or wrong, because I'm not even challenging that, because frankly it is the law. You should have a light on your bicycle at night. But the point that I am making is that there is a host of laws that go along with being a cyclist. All of these laws, just about, even the helmet laws for youth, just about all of them are completely and routinely overlooked by police. Why? It is in exchange for one thing. We, the police, will forgive and overlook all of this as long as you, the cyclist, are willing to surrender your rights to the road and get the hell out of the way. As long as you're not invoking your legal rights to the road, then we'll turn the other way on all the other stuff. So, cyclists get intimidated out of their rights to the road, and this has become a pervasive culture. This has become the established norm. This has become the tidal wave of continuity that this lone cyclist is fighting against. Me, the David, the continuity is the Goliath. It's what they're used to. We read on the very last page of prosecution's response to my Superior Court appeal, the first appeal, the very last thing that they say is that cyclists ride next to the curb where motorists are trained to look for them. I have never seen any such training in my driving manual. I have never seen any such thing. This is all made up. This is all predicated on, again, continuity. It's where our mind is used to this being at. Cyclists have surrendered their rights to the road, and in the doing, they have paved the way for the erosion of our rights. Okay, so the police, they want cyclists, and this is what I'm fighting against. I'm telling this to all my new subscribers. It's why I'm fighting. It's the primary cause of this channel. If you ride your bicycle in a fashion that the police and motorists want, it will, not might, not maybe, but it will eventually result in getting hit. I've already been the victim of 2 hit and runs, one of which occurred within Egg Harbor Township. Egg Harbor Township police, they did not want to investigate that at all whatsoever. So not only do we have a police department that bullies cyclists out of their legal rights to the road, but they've also made it very clear that they have no intention whatsoever of actually prosecuting drivers when they commit their criminal acts against cyclists. We also see this in Thomas Kinzer. We see that the prosecutor is refusing to prosecute on behalf of me, in fact bringing in a special prosecutor that's been appointed for the charge that I'm bringing against Thomas Kinzer. And of course, Mr. Iofferman, the Egg Harbor Township prosecutor, he has elected to prosecute me for the contrived bullshit charge of harassment, I think it is, that Thomas Kinzer has cross-complaint signed against me. That case will be taking place on the 26th at Egg Harbor Township Court. I don't know if I'll be alive long enough to make that court date or not. This is what I am doing. This is what I am fighting for. I'm trying my best to be as optimistic as possible. I don't want to give you guys a steady diet of I am on the verge of suicide. I'm trying to be extremely real with you, but I do feel it to be extremely important to give you a step-by-step, up-to-date progress in what is happening, because if and when the suicide becomes necessary, I don't want anybody saying, what the hell happened? This just came out of the blue. It did not come out of the blue. This has been going on for over a year. Okay, hold on one more moment. Okay, I want to talk about compromise now. I don't want anybody to believe that I did not attempt compromise. It wasn't just simply Egg Harbor Township Court, it was also Hamilton Township, who initially wrote the first ticket to me for legal lane control. Now, what I'm about to say, I say it in a very, very tentative and careful fashion, okay? There has been absolutely no dialogue whatsoever between myself and any member of Egg Harbor Township, Hamilton Township. There has been no dialogue between myself and Hamilton Township Police Department in regards to what I'm about to say next. This is purely my speculation, and I hope to God I am not undoing a very, very tentative truce that I think has been struck. It is my belief that Hamilton Township Police now understand me a great deal better. I believe they understand that the segment of road in question, that it's very short, and that I am a capable enough cyclist to traverse it in just a handful of seconds, causing minimal to no impact to the flow of traffic. Basically everything that I've been saying all along. It is my belief that they are now leaving me alone. If indeed that is the case, then I believe a tentative compromise has been struck. I am saying this because I have paid the fines in Hamilton Township, and I have paid the fines multiple times in Egg Harbor Township. However, Egg Harbor Township has made it abundantly clear that they have, for lack of a better term, made the particular corridor sections of the road in question into a type of sky-high toll booth. If I wish to traverse this road in a legal, safe fashion, then it will cost $220 per incident. That's what I am facing. I have paid these fines in the past, hoping that Egg Harbor Township will understand that they were wrong and I am right, and that they will leave me alone. They will not do this. They will continue to write these tickets. I then have a choice of paying the ticket, which tantamounts to a $220 toll. Just like when you go through your tolls over bridges and through expressways and things like that, I, a cyclist, would then be charged hundreds of dollars for traversing a road in a safe and legal fashion. This is wholly unprecedented and wholly unacceptable. I refuse to pay any more money. I will commit suicide before being bullied out of any more money just for wanting to travel the road in a safe and sane fashion. I am tired. This is why I said to Officer Burke, no more. I have thrown down the gauntlet, drawn my line in the sand, and there will be no more tyranny. Death is the cure for all. Death cures all. I want to live. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to live a happy life. But it is the police department that has made this resoundingly clear that this will not be possible. That I will be harassed and tormented for the remainder of my life, which is why that life will end. Total Control, 871.